guys, this is Shiori here, and I don't know if you've seen my recent college decisions video that I posted recently, but I'm making this video as like a follow-up that no one asked for. Literally no one ever asked for this, but I'm just making this anyways because I thought it'd be fun, kind of, maybe not really. Also, I thought it was helpful to see these videos as an applicant throughout the college admission process. So yeah, I just want to go over what I did in my high school. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm gonna give some background about me, kind of, and where I went to in high school. Not enough information to give about my identity. Well, kind of already, because I'm on this YouTube channel anyways. But anyways, yeah, so I go to school in Texas. I went to school in Texas. Specifically in North Texas. I went to a public school there. So that area that I live in is quite competitive. I mean, people are fighting for their grades and everything. It's also because of the Texas admission system. So I don't know if other states have this system, but basically rank is really important in Texas because depending on your rank, you can get admitted to certain schools automatically. So for example, for the University of Texas at Austin, if you're in the top 6%, you can get automatically admitted to there. And for A&M, it's 10%. So it depends on each school, but you can see that it's really important to be in the top ranks or whatever, I guess. I mean, some people make it much more important than it actually is, but anyways, so this is my GPA and rank at the time of application because it went down from there. Anyways, so my rank was 5 out of 549 people, I think, and then GPA was 5.687 out of 6, which is the weighted GPA. I mean, a GPA out of 6 is kind of weird, but anyways, my unweighted was I think 4.0. And then also something that I forgot to mention was that I actually moved high schools during high school. So after my freshman year, I moved. So I used to live in Japan, and I also lived in other countries before that. But yeah, so I moved in the middle of high school. As I mentioned, I moved high schools, so then my transcript got really confusing. I also don't really know what my grades and courses were for my freshman year because the school I graduated from kind of messed it up and everything because I was moving from out of the country and stuff. So I'm just gonna start from sophomore year. Our school has I think 3 levels technically. So there's the on level or the regular level course, and then there's the pre-AP or honors, I guess, and then there's also AP courses. So I took a lot of courses in my sophomore year apparently. I took a pre-AP English 2, pre-AP pre-calc, and then pre-AP computer science, and then medical terminology, which is a regular course, and then orchestra. And then I took communications and health online because they're required for graduation. And then I took I tested out of chemistry, which is it was a regular level, but I tested out of it or something. And then I took AP Stats, AP Physics 1, and then AP Human Geography. I'm not really gonna bother mentioning all my grades and everything because that could get really long, and I'm not gonna do that. And then for my junior year, I took AP Lang, AP Bio, AP Calc AB, AP Seminar, AP US History, and then Anatomy and Physiology, which is a regular level course, Orchestra, which is also regular, and then ISM, which is Independent Study and Mentorship, which is my favorite class. Basically what you do in that class is you find someone that can guide you in what a field that you're interested in, and you basically get mentored, and you also conduct your independent study throughout the year. It was really fun. Anyways, for my senior year, I mean at the time of application, which it didn't really change, but I took AP Lit, AP Calc, BC, AP Physics C, both the mechanics and the electricity one, and then AP Chemistry, and then AP Government and Econ. They're all each a 1 semester course, and then Medical Microbiology, which is a regular level, and then Orchestra, and then ISM for the second year. Okay, so now I'm gonna mention or talk about my scores, which apparently don't really matter anyways because of the test optional policy, and a lot of things are changing in the admission system. But anyways, so I only took two tests, I guess, like 2 types of tests. So the SAT and the AP testing. And then the SAT I took twice. I only submitted my last one, which was a 1570, I think, and that was 770 for math. No, not 770. 770 for reading and writing, and then 800 for math. And then for my AP testing, I'm not gonna like list out every single AP test I took because that's ridiculous. I'm just gonna put it here. And yeah, that's basically it for scores. So now I'm going to talk about my extracurriculars. I guess that's like the important part that people think it is. I'm honestly not really sure why I put my extracurriculars in the order that they are in, because it's supposed to be in like order of importance, but I'm not really sure if I did that. But anyways, I'm going to start off with GEMS, which is a club that I was president of, which is like Girls in Engineering, Math, and Science. Basically what I did according to this was hosting like, monthly meetings about like STEM related events, and like hosting like study groups or like, tutoring, and then creating like or organizing like an online library of resources for certain STEM subjects. So I did this from my sophomore to my senior year, mainly because I did move in the middle of high school. And then I said I'll plan to continue this in college. And then my next one was my Gold Award, because I'm a Girl Scout. So I did this all 4 years. I mean, not the Gold Award part, but like the Girl Scout part. And then, so my Gold Award project, which was the only thing I mentioned, was basically I like created this like girls STEM club for, it says 40 plus girls at a local middle school, where I taught like game development, like on Scratch, and like, I did that. And then in addition to that, I also hosted this like 8-week summer coding program in like Java and Python. So I did that for my second activity. And then my third one was I'm a co-president, co-founder of the school club, which is the Japanese Culture Club, because I am from Japan. So like it made sense to make that club, I guess, even though there's like literally no Japanese people in my school. So that is what I did. I hosted bi-weekly meetings to teach about my holidays and like customs, and then we also created like a YouTube channel about like teaching Japanese language. And then my next activity was president of another club called Liberty Red Cross Youth. So this club was actually quite large. You had apparently 50 plus members. And then we just kind of hosted like volunteer events, meetings with like virtual volunteer opportunities. My next one was also these activities are all my sophomore to senior year, because I did move and like I couldn't really continue activities for my freshman year. So this is HOSA, which I don't know if you know this, because it's like kind of big in Texas, but not really, I don't know, anywhere else. But that's like Health Occupation Students of America. Actually, it might be big anywhere else as well, I don't know. But I did compete in this like thing where you like basically all these like pre-med kids and like all these kids who are interested in health like come together and compete for some reason. I'm not really sure why and like why it's fun, but anyways, I did that. And I did this event called the Biomedical Laboratory Science event, which is because like that's kind of what I'm interested in. And I was a regional and state champion, and then I was 6th place in the international conference, apparently. Which is international, aka national. So, and then the next activity was research. This is only for the summer into my senior year, but I kind of did this like research with UT Austin. It was kind of part of like a research camp somewhat, but I just mentioned like what I did was just like, looking at lung cancer proteins and making peptides out of them, which was fun. I actually really liked that. And then my next one was my sophomore and junior year, because I didn't really continue after that, but this is community service. So I created this project called the blank note card project. Blank is where I live in. So I led 50 plus volunteers to write 2,500 plus handwritten cards to nursing homes in the local area during the COVID pandemic. So that's just basically self-explanatory. I got volunteers and myself to write cards for people in nursing homes, because I watched on TV that like a lot of people in nursing homes, were not getting the chance to say hi to their family, and that was like really lonely. Yeah. And then one thing that was actually really important that I didn't really put down until like this point on the list was cross country and track. I did cross country all 4 years, but I was a varsity team member. Yeah, and we practiced like, quite a while, like 2 hours a day kind of deal. So that's kind of a lot. And then the other thing I did was I was in the varsity orchestra all 4 years. Well, not the varsity part, but orchestra for all 4 years. And then, yeah, so then I competed in like region and stuff. And then the last thing, is this the last thing? Yeah, this is the last thing I put was, I created this website called, like, it's for girls in Japan. But it's like a website that relates to STEM, because a lot of what I realized is that like in Japan there's like not really many resources for girls in Japan. So I made like a website that like interview professionals that are like in Japan and that are female, and talked about their stories, like provided like resources for like programming and like engineering and stuff, and like how they can learn stuff like that. Yeah, so that's kind of what I did for my last thing, and this was my junior and senior year, because I kind of did this during COVID. Yeah, I think that's about it for extracurriculars. Honors, there's a section for honors. I honestly like was very confused, because I feel like most of the honors, if you got them, were going to be mentioned in the extracurricular section, so I like really struggled with this, remember, but I think I put the HOSA thing where I like got championships or whatever in HOSA. Honestly, like a lot of people get championships, so it's like not that hard, I guess. But anyways, that, and then I put VEX Robotics World Championships qualifier, because I did do robotics in my freshman year, but I had to quit because we didn't really have the same thing available here. Yeah, so that's what I put. Our team qualified to Worlds. And then I put all region orchestra, like pretty basic. And then I put my Girl Scout Gold Award, and then since I was really running out of things to say, I put AP Scholar, because like I guess it's an honor. Yeah. And then for future plans, I put I wanted to be a scientific researcher with a doctorate degree. I don't know why they asked that, but that's what I put. For my Common App, like, the main essay that you write, I chose the first prompt, which is like, the background identity prompt. And I talked about like my identity, I guess, like moving around different countries. And I also mentioned my hobby for biking. Yeah, that's kind of what I put there. My more specific essays, I'm just too lazy. I'm really lazy as a person, so I'm not going to go through that. But maybe if you want it, you can let me know in the comments, and I will probably do that. You can't really see that, but there's a beautiful sunset going on. Anyways, tips in closing off this video. Tips I have for people who are going into the admission process now. First of all, good luck, because college admission process is literally a crapshoot, so yeah. And then second of all, do things because you like them, not necessarily because it helps the college admission process. Although it is tempting to do that and you think that it's it's going to be good for you, it won't be good for you in the long run necessarily, because you're going to be like miserable doing things that you don't really like. I was miserable for a lot of high school. not so because of that, but also just because of everything. But yeah, like you got my point, right? And then another thing is for seniors, going into seniors, don't overload yourself with like other things like courses in your first semester, because what you gotta take into account is the fact that you're still gonna have to do everything you've done in the past while also doing like the essay writing and like the college admissions, and that is a lot of work, and I really struggle with that my first semester, so don't do that. Those are just like things that I've said not to do. But what you should do is start your college admission process now, because although you don't want to do it, it is going to be really helpful for you later when you're stressing. Like at Thanksgiving, that's not going to be fun. So definitely start your college admission process now. Start writing your essays. Yeah, that's kind of it. All I have here. If you have any questions or if you have any feedback about my videos or anything, just let me know in the comments, and I'd be happy to read them. Yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.